distinguished presidents, ambassadors, guests, and fellow advocates of a greener, healthier, and more sustainable world. Ngā nui kia koutou katoa. Greetings to you all in Indigenous language of New Zealand. It is a pleasure to be here on this important milestone for the built environment professions and representing the views of the International Landscape Architects Federation and our 80 member associations, particularly around the key focus of our profession. While the world keeps changing at a very quick pace, IFLA and the landscape architects across the globe keep fighting the same battles. Pressures of globalization and urbanization, threats to sustainability and food security, hazards derived from climate change and sea level rise, the burdens of modern living in our own health and well-being and social justice, and more recently, the pressures from the COVID-19 global pandemic. These issues require us to focus on establishing a joint vision for protecting and nurturing our natural and built environments. We have come a long way, but we still have a long journey ahead of us to give the proper recognition that landscape architecture deserves. We are the most well-equipped profession to deal with the pressures that will define new ways of living and designing for future generations. For those who are not aware of IFLA, as the only international non-governmental organization representing landscape architects in the world, it is through our joint efforts and events such as this summit that we keep expanding our knowledge and experience. As a global federation, our allies are international bodies such as the United Nations, UNESCO, ICOMOS, Food and Agriculture Organization, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, among others like our sister organizations represented here, UIA, ISOCARP, WFEO, where our expertise is required around the table to strategize about the future of our planet. IFLA assists with promoting the profession and expanding educational standards so we can train the future generation of landscape architects. We also facilitate professional development, standards, and recognition worldwide. Leadership and stewardship were never as important in the world as they are now. Landscape architects have the knowledge and tools to lead the change and protect our ecosystems for future generations. And IFLA will ensure that we will keep advancing the profession. Our role as a global federation is to advance the profession of landscape architecture and promote the sustainable management of our natural and built environments. IFLA is the body that represents 80 national members and more than 100,000 landscape architects worldwide. We are not a small profession as many believe. According to the International Labour Organization, there are more than 1 million landscape architects worldwide. Across our 5 regions, the mission is to promote the landscape architecture profession within a collaborative partnership of the allied built environment professions, demanding the highest education, training, research, and professional practice. This year, IFLA is also celebrating its 75th anniversary. We see ourselves as a thought leader reaching out and connecting with the profession globally. We can only do this if we understand the different contexts locally and the needs of our members so we can better represent them globally. Being part of this summit is an important milestone as we finally lay the foundations to collaborate and respect each other's scope of action as built environment professionals. As landscape architects, we aim to promote environmental resilience and sustainability, stronger and healthier communities, and battle for a broad understanding of landscape architecture education and practice. During our last 12 months, we celebrated many accolades. The newly approved International Labour Organization definition of landscape architecture, which is far-reaching and holistic, representing the different facets of our work. We have also rolled out our new global education recognition and accreditation programs. So we would like to encourage universities to apply and get the stamp of quality that will be recognized internationally. We have been busy securing our global partnerships with UNESCO and ICOMOS and have strengthened our work with several United Nations agencies. As such, at the last COP27 for climate change in Egypt, we pursued the UN to establish a landscape architecture-led design framework for climate change and adaptation. We have also secured at the last COP15 for biodiversity in Canada, with the help of the IUCN, the development of a framework based on nature-based solutions that can be applied worldwide. And more recently, we signed an MOU with the International Society for Urban Health, a valuable partner of the World Health Organization, so we can promote the importance of landscape architecture in urban settings for health and well-being. Also, at the beginning of June, we got acceptance from the UN Habitat General Assembly to move ahead with the International Landscape Convention, the first of its kind, putting landscape at the forefront of our thinking and doing. In this regard, we're also preparing an action-driven MOU with UN Habitat, allowing us to better care for our urban environments from a landscape-led perspective. Do not forget, without landscapes, there won't be sustainable cities. We now face critical challenges requiring interdisciplinary thinking, quick action, and solid outcomes. As such, as an international federation, we are focusing on the following key pillars: climate action and biodiversity, health, well-being, and nature-based solutions, community participation, technology and evidence-based design, food security, and traditional knowledge and indigenous practices. We are facing an unprecedented demand for landscape architects in the world. Many of our professional organizations have observed a shortage of landscape architects. The industry demand for landscape architects exceeds the number of graduates entering the labor force. As a profession, we're expected to grow by 10% until 2030, double compared to other built environment professions. We have been busy and will continue like that for the next 12 months. IFLA will keep raising the profile of the profession internationally. We are now working on global professional standards and registration, allowing landscape architects to travel the world and enrich their knowledge with other ways of thinking and doing. We keep working alongside the many projects that global and international intergovernmental organizations have to increase the visibility and advocacy of landscape architecture. IFLA is working hard with emerging countries to assist them in establishing cutting-edge educational programs that can address our future challenges. We're also bringing our academics closer. We need academia and professional practice to coexist as a global federation. IFLA is a knowledge hub where members can share expertise and propose new ways of doing things. We're also gearing up with our partners for thought-provoking sessions at the upcoming COP for climate change in Dubai to show that we can only overcome some of our challenges if we embrace the power of landscape. To succeed, IFLA depends on the success of all of our members. As this is a year of celebration, the 75th anniversary program has been packed with events that allow us to reflect on the past with a positive outlook so we can better understand our present actions and grow, learn, and gain energy to embrace the future. Here is just a quick summary of what has happened so far and what is left until the end of the year. Please keep an eye on our website for more details and come and join us next year in Istanbul for the 60th IFLA World Council and Congress, Code Red for Earth, where we expect more than 1,500 participants in 5 days packed of activities. Also, if you are interested in knowing the recent professional trends and how landscape architects work globally, feel free to scan the QR code that you can see in your screens to get that publication for free. It provides you a good overview of where we stand as a federation and what we do as a profession. To wrap up, as a profession, as a professional organization, we need to focus on the big picture and be recognized as a thoughtful leader. We should be seen as the interface where landscape architects come to establish and develop their networks, expand their ideas, and meet like-minded people. Together, we can advocate and protect the values we believe are important for landscape architects. As architects of the environment, our profession is well prepared to tackle climate change and biodiversity by creating sustainable designs that inspire a collective responsibility to preserve and protect our planet for the future generations. Like our landscapes and ecosystems, we too are a resilient community. Through our collaborative efforts, we'll keep raising the profile of landscape architecture globally. And also, feel free to contact me with suggestions and feedback on how IFLA can improve its work, but also if you'd like to join in any of our working groups or projects. Together we are stronger and we can better advocate and protect our profession. We need all built environment professionals to work closely if we want to have a planet to live in. Thank you.